It starts with a wizard. He's old and he's wise, and though he is small, there is strength in his size. The Goliath from the west, he's not smart, but he's strong. The Flagon Slayers, this is their song. Now the Warlock, he's lost all the memories he had, 'cause to deal with a demon went seemingly bad. And the druid on his quest to save the shadow plane. When you hear tortured souls, you'll remember his name. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on. The cleric, she heals in the light of the moon. She wants to find purpose, it'll come someday soon. Then the rogue draws his sword, metals clashing again. When it comes to a duel, he will always win. They're the Flagon Slayers, they drink and they fight. They're the Flagon Slayers, by day or by night. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on.
But anyway, hello everybody. Welcome back to
Welcome to
so, in case you missed last week, the party met back up at their guild hall, and we're deciding on what to do next. Anzu decided to make a little midnight stroll to see his wife Linares in the Ivory Tower in the Cloudtop District, where he found not exactly what he was looking for, but he did have some nice hot cocoa and some hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Yeah. The following morning, Targaris, Thea's father, came to the guild hall and requested that the guild watch over the young twins as he and his bodyguard Rupert went back to Singorn to check on things.
Bodyguard and
Vampire?
boyfriend.
Oh, true. Thea's boyfriend.
Thea's boyfriend.
I didn't know if they had put a label on it yet, but okay.
I think so.
Well, you know,
these kids today have no labels.
He didn't talk to her though.
They have to have something to put on the social media, Jacob.
Anyway,
Complicated.
so yeah. Then the party decided we should perhaps go talk to Mathis. Maybe he'll give us some more information. Maybe he's learned more things since their last interaction. But it appears that something has befallen Mathis's estate. Was
it his tree?
No. Upon arriving, the party found the door to Mathis's estate ajar. As they investigated, they found pools of blood and signs of a scuffle. It was then there that they found Mathis's housemaid dead in a linen closet. And after further investigation, they found a secret passage that went into the sewers of Iman. That is where they found Mathis, slumped over, half dead, mostly dead, some would even say. And the party quickly used their healing magics to bring him back. But upon Mathis's return, he locked eyes with Zygon. And that will be where we begin. Well, yeah, to be fair. And that will be where we begin tonight's session. So as Mathis lays there, kind of propped up against the rowboat. Well, that was not pleasant. Zygon, I believe we need to have a conversation.
Oh,
But I will need assistance. Does anyone see my cane?
I look
Right.
around for his cane.
do I see his king?
You can make investigation checks. Abby, what you
Oof,
eating?
natural
Looks
one.
Good, whatever it is.
Natural 3.
Chicken curry.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay,
rolled a 12.
a 12. Man, get the bad rolls out early, I guess.
Hey.
So, as you guys are kind of looking around, Thea, you see it kind of scattered, like haphazardly thrown into this rowboat. You grab it, hand it to him. Thank you. And he props himself up. You can see multiple large slash wounds that have just started to knit back together thanks to the healing magic. His clothes are kind of in tatters, blood soaked. You see a few cuts on his face, on his hands. The cane also has blood on it. Whether
Is it
that's
his blood?
his blood or someone else's blood, you don't know for sure. Well, I was hoping that I could show you these tunnels in a bit more of a festive sense, but ta-da! You see blood comes out of his mouth.
Oh boy.
I'll turn to Animus. Do we clap? Is it appropriate?
No, I don't know if this is. I was going to, but then I realized the timing.
Well, I believe here is probably not the best place to speak. Follow me, and you see he begins slowly walking with his cane down through the sewer. What are you guys doing?
Is Zygon the only one that's supposed to be following him? Or?
No, it's everybody.
Are we following him through the sewer instead of back up?
Instead of back up, he said it was no longer safe.
Ah, okay.
I'll follow him. I'll
Okay.
signal for the kiddos.
You see Targaris immediately runs in front of you and holds out his sword. His little wooden sword.
No, it's I gave him the.
Yeah, you do. He does have that dagger.
No, it's
Shillelagh.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
shillelagh.
yeah, it's a giant stick.
No, it's a big stick with a metal top.
Yeah, that's a giant stick.
Okay.
It seems as though he appreciated the shillelagh, but he is trained with swords. So it's what he naturally defaults to.
That's fair.
Um,
I'll get him a real sword soon.
Meryl kind of comes in behind you as the rest of you go through. You see Mathis starts hitting a few spots along the walls of the sewer. I believe it was somewhere around here, and he starts smacking. Eventually you hear a click, and you see a few bricks kind of fold away. All right, everyone, please, if you would.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm kind of looking around as we go. I just want to like not talking as much, just trying to watch to see if anyone's following us or if anything's down in the sewer that we need to be like worried about.
Make a perception check.
Oh, 15.
Okay.
Not good.
So you guys file in, and you see in this room, it looks like a map room. You see a bunch of scrolls. You see a few maps on the walls. One on the big table. You see on this large table is the map of the sewers of Iman, with a few circles on them. Does anyone know Thieves' Cant?
I can read it.
Yeah, technically. So you see about 7 circles kind of spread out. Some in the sewers, some above ground. And next to them, it says larder. Which larder In certain thief circles, larders are also called armories. Like that's kind of where they have special weapons stored and things of that nature. You also notice a few circles in a different color ink. They're kind of dotted throughout the city, and then one of them on the outside. Um, Make a history check for me, Thea and Zygon.
Oh, I get advantage.
Ooh, yeah.
18.
18.
No, 19.
19, okay.
Just 12.
All right. So there's a circle outside of the city, and you recognize that this is the ruins of that old keep that you guys were in a little while ago.
Oh,
Yes, it appears to be one of these are called safes. And thieves can't safety. These are where safe houses would be. You see Mathis pulls up a chair. He falls into it. Sorry about that. Daisy is barking.
Daisy.
Daisy got
There's a
scared.
dog.
I'm sorry. There's no other seating for all of you. We usually don't have guests. And he starts examining the map. He grabs like a red inkwell and begins just slashing out a few places all over the map, to where now there's only one safe house left and only 2 armories.
What?
These are dire days indeed.
What happened to the others?
I've been receiving reports of attacks, and I've asked the clasp to perhaps do a little bit of a joint investigation, but it seems as though they're having their own issues.
How much was left?
1 safe house and 2 armories. I believe they're looking for something.
Like what?
I don't know. But, I believe there's a more pressing issue. Zygon.
Always a good thing. Yes.
Have you had any gaps in your memory recently?
I'm aware of.
He did pass out for a period of time, but we knew where he was the entire time.
Where were you last evening? You would have just been in the guild hall, just chilling.
We all went to sleep.
What?
Yeah, you
Last
guys were all
night?
together.
Last evening, I would have been in the guild hall just chilling.
Every time. I blame you, Brady. You're the one that started it. Anyway. Well, then I believe another theory is surfacing. Zygon, do you have siblings?
I had a sister.
You don't have 3 identical brothers?
No.
I know of.
God, more Zygons.
Why is there 3? Where did the number 3 come from?
Zygon's the most evil bastard I know in Tal'Dorei. You mean to tell me there's 4 of him now?
Well, 3.
This is news to me.
Well, they didn't have your signature eye patch, so I didn't think it was you. However, 3 men attacked this home, and they all had a passing resemblance to you. Younger, but less, forgive me, less malnourished.
That's concerning.
Yes, a well-fed Zygon is a dangerous Zygon.
It is.
I managed to...
Zygon not
was so
being
strange.
fully fed is kind of like that one scene. Is it in Dragon Ball where he takes the weights off his ankles and like his like body?
That's Naruto.
Naruto, thank you.
Plebeian.
I haven't seen either. I was just saying a scene.
Wow, Caleb. Anyway,
Focus on the context, not the.
I'm not the one who
mistake.
brought up the bad reference. Anyway,
Good reference.
you didn't even know what it. Anyway, they moved unnaturally. And when I struck one, but when I would hit them, they wouldn't bleed. They would simply smoke. Like black smoke would come off of where the injury would be. I managed to force one to dissipate, I guess the best word to use. But they possibly were here for an artifact that I recently discovered. I believe that the group that we are about to confront are perhaps trying to manipulate emotions.
We have seen tanks full of replicas of ourselves in the past.
We have. Actually, that's one of the reasons we came to talk to you, is because when we were in Marquette, we found an old ruin that had been used as a place for some sort of experiment. And within those chasms that we were going to find the bow, there were thousands of these vats full of creatures that apparently the research showed they would be able to grow within just weeks, and then they would take the creatures out, switch them into clean out the tanks, and then put in new growth, whatever they were doing, new, like, I don't know what they would put in to grow the creatures, but some sort of DNA, I guess.
Yes, probably an engorged penis.
But the same experiments, Targaris, we were talking to him. He's heading down to Singorn with my research that I was able to copy from those areas. That same research, he said, is something Percival from Whitestone was working on before he passed. Well, he was working on it, and then he stopped working on it, and because he knew that it was bad, I guess. Still haven't figured too much out about that.
Well, all I know is that if they were able to get to me, nowhere is safe. Be careful.
Well, Mathis, just pointing this out, Zygon is pretty weak, right? But, are the clones, they are just as weak as he is, maybe even weaker?
I think clone is probably not the best word to use, but
Replica.
Ghost twin.
simulacrum, perhaps. This is very troubling.
Shadow copy.
Perhaps even a shadow clone.
Shadow clone. I like that.
Thank you, Brady. Well, I recently discovered an artifact underneath Amon. As we've been excavating the newly discovered labyrinth, we found. Well, excuse me for a moment. You see, he goes over to one of the boxes, and he pulls out a scroll. And you see him roll it out onto the table, and then you see poof, something just kind of poofs into existence. You see a statue of the five-headed dragon goddess Tiamat, made from pure onyx. Probably about this big.
Nope.
We believe it is just a religious artifact, but it radiates with energy. Um, the worshippers of Tiamat have not been known in this area for a very long time, so I don't believe this is an active branch. This was just something found buried.
Jacob, do I know if anyone's been worshipping Tiamat before, but in the Tal'Dorei continent in the past 50 years?
Make a history check.
Oh boy. Oh, that's okay. 16.
Not that you know of. Worship of Tiamat is usually for like Dragonborn communities, and even that, it's not really that prominent.
Okay.
Some kobolds worship Tiamat, but nothing.
Well, you don't think the kitchen staff.
I believe your workers are fine. We believe this is a key to unlocking something. We found it with a few texts that reference Wildmount, but nothing concrete.
Huh.
Perhaps this is what they're looking for. I personally doubt it, but
What kind of
It is
energy
likely-
is coming off of it?
it is likely safer with you than it is with me.
Maybe.
Make a Arcana check.
Can I use detect magic to see if there's a specific magic that's coming off of it?
You can if you want.
I'll use my Arcana check first, and if I don't get anything, I'll go to that. It's gonna be 19.
19. There seems to be heavy necromantic magic coming off of it. Zygon. The bag of holding begins to glow faintly.
I open it.
I like that.
You see, as you open it, a faint white light is pouring out of the bag of holding.
Did anybody put some white light in my bag that I didn't know about?
Who put white light in here?
Uh,
You know, only RGB goes in the bag.
Didn't.
You then see the
Well, this is
statue
concerning
of
again.
Tiamat begin to glow with a faint black light.
Oh
It's kind
no.
of-
Uh-oh. Is it your statue
No,
behind
I'm
it?
Oh.
Yeah, I was about to
I'll reach
say.
into the bag and pull that out.
Right, so as you pull out the platinum dragon statue, you see it is glowing with this like bright, iridescent white light. And as you pull it out, you see that both of them start to go.
Like in sync.
Yeah.
Guys.
That doesn't make you feel good.
Usually when I use something like that, it goes boom.
Yeah.
Zygon, where did you acquire that statue of Bahamut?
Was a gift from before. I believe I got it from my wife.
Yeah, Vasselheim. That's where we.
Well, I would suggest putting it down on the table.
Do what he said?
I'm not big on. It usually means explosions, as Anzu mentioned.
Best case scenario, this is just a trick, and it's one of those things where, like, when you put them next to each other, they turn into these little toys that fight, and then once the fighting's over...
I need everyone in the room to make a wisdom saving throw and a constitution saving throw.
Oh, I can't use guidance on a saving throw.
I'll roll for the twins.
Oh my god. There's no way I just failed a wisdom saving throw with a plus 12.
That's embarrassing.
I rolled a
Yeah.
natural 1.
Let's go.
Jacob, I got a 13 for both.
A natural 1, don't care, baby.
Okay.
All right. For the wisdom saving throw, anyone roll below a 15?
Yeah.
Okay. The twins both did.
No.
The twins both did.
I'll be there with them. Don't worry.
So, did anyone roll below a 17 on the Constitution saving throw?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
I rolled a 16.
Oh, okay.
This is the first time I failed a wisdom saving throw this entire campaign, I think.
So,
The twins
So I got-
gonna die.
I want to grab the twins.
okay, so
I
you
can.
go to grab them. The blast is still probably going to hit them. So, as the two statues sit down, you see them both turn to face each other, seemingly by magic, and then they
Hold on. What if I cast teleport on Zygon?
you aren't fast enough. It's not a reaction.
Oh.
But you see the two statues shatter, and then you see the platinum and the obsidian just spread out. Everyone that failed the wisdom save, you take. Let me grab my dice here.
No.
There go dead kids.
No. They won't die.
25 points of psychic damage.
Jacob,
Everyone
get
that
that.
failed the wisdom save.
Jacob,
I cast Death Ward on them.
Yes, you did. And then everyone who failed the Constitution save.
I'm just gonna wait for all this damage to hit me nice and hard.
No.
Yeah,
A Constitution save, you lose 7.
Oh, that's not bad.
I rolled really low on that one. However, everyone who failed the Constitution save, you get 2 points of exhaustion.
Oh, jeez.
Sucks.
Everyone that failed the Wisdom save, all of your stats are set to +0
Oh, no.
until you take a long rest.
Oh, God.
So, Animus, you feel almost like you feel like your mind is being ripped into 2 pieces, almost like all of your good qualities, your curiosity and your generosity and your wisdom and everything is going in one direction, and then your greed and your anger and your resentment is going in the other, and then they smash back into you at a great speed. You then just feel your body get drained of its energy. Zygon, you feel yourself kind of weaken. The twins, Death Ward. Immediately Death Ward. But they are okay.
Ah,
Oh
ah.
yeah, I also need to roll for Mathis. Oh, he good. He good. But, sitting on the table, you see 2 keys. One made of platinum, one made of obsidian.
Grab platinum key.
Alright, so you have a platinum key. Well, and when it rains, it pours, I guess. No one knew that was going to happen. We have super strong wizards and druids and warlocks and all of that, and no one knew that the 2 giant arcane bombs. You see both the twins are unconscious, but they are at 1 HP. But they're
Oh
full
my
on out. They're
God.
full out.
I'm like on a knee right now.
Hey.
It's about time they shut up. Oh.
I
I'm
kill
gonna smack
Anzu.
Andrew.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
What
Just
a
roll
D4?
a D4. Yeah.
4.
Anzu, you suffer 4 points of slap damage.
I'm in like one of those headspace where you get flashbanged, I'm like kind of
Yeah.
like getting woozy, and then I see
You're shell shocked.
I see
Yeah.
Is he
the
screeching now?
twins fall behind me.
Yeah, actually, do make a roll for that to see if you start screeching.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry, guys.
It's a 15.
You're fine.
Okay.
Can I give the twins a minor potion?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say while I'm like in that headspace and I
Cool.
see them fall next to me, I'll kind of reach out to whichever one's next to me and I'll cast heal.
Okay.
Actually,
Um,
they're pretty low HP. I'll do
One
They
gets
have-
4 health, one gets 2 health. Woo!
Nice. They're both still unconscious.
oh, I'll
Thea,
do
roll medicine check for me.
What the fuck?
Oh, well, okay.
I can do cure wounds. Second level cure wounds.
13.
13. Their pulses are both pretty faint.
Nah.
Meryl's is stronger. You also see that her around her eyes, like the veins around her eyes, and then around her her mouth, are kind of like faintly glowing, and you see down her neck too. They're faintly glowing purple. But it's like divine energy. You can see it's like it's most likely the Moonweaver's energy trying to. But both of them have very high fevers.
Hey Jacob,
Yes.
if I'm using cure wounds right now,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a +0 on all my stats, is there a +0 to the cure wounds, or is that just?
Yeah. Well,
Well, so the cure wounds is 1d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, but that's
So it'd be your spellcasting ability modifier, which is your proficiency plus your wisdom. So
Right.
it would be just your proficiency would get added.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm doing this to, but
No matter how much you heal them, they're unconscious. They essentially had their souls split in half. Like Animus, you know how, because you felt this happen. Their souls essentially got split in half to where all of their evil traits and all of their good traits got separated and then slammed back together like a Newton's cradle.
would a restoration work?
You can try it.
So I give 15 to Targaris. I'm just gonna say Targaris was next to me.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll try Greater Restoration on him.
Okay. He still has a fever. He's full health though. They're both full health.
Is it like a jellyfish thing where I have to pee on them?
Probably
No,
not. Also,
He's
you
good.
also in all seriousness, don't pee on a jellyfish thing. That's been completely proven wrong. Don't ever do that. It actually makes things worse. Anyway, that's a real life fact. Anyway, Zygon, you hold a platinum key in your hand, and Mathis puts his hand on the obsidian key, and he also slides it over to you, and he looks at you. I believe you'll need these.
You also believe that I should set the platinum dragon down on the table.
Well, I was just stabbed multiple times, so maybe my judgment's not the best at the moment. I will give
You're
you
right.
that.
That's on me. That's on me. That's on
And
me.
you know,
I'll
I
take
think we can
me.
both take a little bit here, you know. But how many times do you see an ancient statue of a dragon and think, oh, this other ancient statue of a dragon will make both of them explode? That just doesn't happen.
Surprisingly,
You're right.
we've probably seen that happen more than most people.
Well,
At least 2 or 3.
we have been in multiple explosions together. You're all right.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
And every time we watch something pulse, we're like, you know what? We should stay right here and watch it pulse more. I think we
No,
all
you
need
don't.
to learn from this one.
No more pulsing.
No more pulsing.
Let's just
Glad
all
I took
agree.
it out of
no
the
more
bag.
pulsing.
Otherwise, the bag could have. Would it have
That-
exploded in the bag, or is that a vacuum?
It's a vacuum. It wouldn't have
It
exploded.
is a vacuum, and it's an interdimensional vacuum. So they technically weren't in the same plane of existence until you brought it out of the bag.
Interesting.
But here's a fun thing: put a portable hole inside a bag of holding.
No.
Do it.
Bad idea.
I dare you.
Or put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding.
Yeah, don't do that. That's very, very bad.
Big sploge.
Big sploge.
Big sploge, suck you into another dimension.
It's like an antimatter explosion. Anyway.
Is Kang the Conqueror there?
Yeah, exactly. Nerd. So, Zygon, make a investigation check for me.
Boy, I've been rolling so hot tonight.
Well, things change.
Yeah.
Well,
22. You're right.
what are you doing in there? Get out of my bed.
On the keys, there looks to be some sort of engraving on them. In Draconic.
I read Draconic.
As does Zygon.
Oh.
Dang it.
Oh.
So, as you're looking at them, as you try to read them, the Platinum Dragon one, when you try and read it, the runes seem to disappear into the key. Seemingly gone. And then, as you look away from it, the runes reappear. When you look back to it, they're gone again. The obsidian key remains, and you see it glows with this faint red heat, and then it transitions into the key having kind of an acrid, almost rotting smell to it, and then it gets chill to the touch, and it just kind of goes through these different elemental properties. But you can read it.
What does it say?
It says, "Where the final sunset comes to rest."
Okay.
Tell the group that that's what it says.
Okay.
And then I will ask if anyone has like a mirror or something. Does anyone have a mirror?
Anybody got a mirror?
Can't look directly at the platinum key.
I'm a girl.
I think I
a mirror.
have one from the.
I did not assume because you were a girl you had a mirror. I assumed Anzu had one because he likes to check his mustache and his hair.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I had a mirror, Shard. Let's go.
No. So are you giving it to Anzu?
Yeah.
Okay. Anzu, you don't need a mirror to read it. As you look at the key, the runes remain there. It gives off a very faint white glow.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Where the first dawn took the first breath."
First
The
dawn
Dawn
and
Father?
what? End of the sun.
That's not helpful.
I don't. The Dawn Father? Would he be the first Dawn?
Potentially. Make a religion check.
Sorry.
Could be interesting.
Very derpy.
Oh, you're fine.
They're not great. 8.
6. He's got a giant sun head. It's gotta be him.
That was with advantage.
Yeah. So, it's hard to say with how old these keys are. When the Pantheon was not fully established, potentially when this key was created. You do know that Bahamut is sometimes associated with the sun. He's kind of associated with stars and space and justice and light and truth, and Bahamut's kind of a catch-all for like all good features of society.
He would have been established as a deity when this
Yes.
key.
Bahamut is one of the like primordial deities. Like Bahamut, some of the deities, and you guys know this through traveling through different dimensions. Bahamut exists across realities. Some gods do not. Tiamat is also one of the gods that exists across realities. And she embodies everything evil and wicked and destructive. They are twin gods of opposite features.
Okay. Was Vasselheim the first city?
Pre or post Calamity?
Pre-Calamity.
Pre-Calamity, it was not. It's one of the first religious cities, from what I understand.
Okay. Post-Calamity is it the first survivor?
It's one of the major survivors.
Mhm.
Yes. There's not really many. Like Onoa is technically,
Right.
things of that nature. Also, the Tal'Dorei heads in the chat, if you're there, don't quote me on this. We're just playing in a sandbox. I don't know the exact history, but I know what history we're using. Anyway, yeah. So that's what you guys know. Also, Thea, as you look at the platinum key, the runes also disappear for you.
What? Why doesn't this appear for me?
You and Animus can both look at it perfectly fine.
What disappears?
However,
The magic thing?
when Anzu and Animus try to read the black key, the runes on it disappear for them.
It's because we're
Can I read the black?
no.
You can read the black key.
Animus,
Why
what's
Thea
your
and not Animus?
Does it
what's
have
your
to do with
new
the type of magic that we've been touched by? Would it have to do with the fact that me and Zygon have both been touched by divine magic?
That's a theory.
Okay.
Hey, what's Animus's alignment?
Animus, what's your alignment?
Well, I've been working on myself lately in game, and I've been trying to really.
I read
push...
Eat, Pray, Love.
I've been trying to really push myself to care
Halfway through Prey.
a little bit more about what's going on around me instead of just myself. Outside of game, true neutral.
I'm chaotic neutral. I believe. Right?
The effects of Bitopia would have worn off by now, so your alignment would have gone back to
Evil?
lawful evil.
You know that.
But what's Animus?
I would still say that Animus has moved into true neutral, to be fair.
I
don't think
I would
he's
agree
as
that
chaotic
Animus
as
Animus
he used
is
to be.
not. Yes, Animus is not evil.
I've moved out of evil, and I used to say I was chaotic, but I would definitely say that Animus is not as chaotic.
I
as he
would
used
say
to be.
Animus is leaning true neutral to lawful neutral.
Whoa.
Okay,
Zygon
so it's
and
more
I-
like if you're good, you can read this. If you're bad, you can read that.
Or Zygon?
That's how I'm interpreting it.
Zygon is lawful evil, from what I remember.
Yes.
Oh, and
As
I'm
a
also,
Bitopia, I was neutral evil before.
Yes.
so I'm also lawful evil. So that oh.
See, I'm smart in real life too.
Hey, you guys solved a puzzle. I'm just proud.
In game,
It
can't.
didn't take 2 hours.
In game, we can't really say that we're certain alignments, but
You can. You
We
know
can
what happened
feel
to
it
Thea
out.
with the card.
we can
You
feel it out
like
for sure.
alignments in the world of D&D are very nebulous, and also like I think my suggestion for in the future campaigns we don't even worry about alignment. You just play a character, but
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Alignment's good for
alignment
new
is
players.
built in.
It's good for-
for
we've had this
spells
discussion.
and stuff like that is the issue. So and items.
We've had but you can homebrew that to where it doesn't matter. And
Yeah.
it's more anyway. But we've had this discussion before. Alignment is good for new players. Moving on. The twins
Okay.
are still unconscious.
Okay.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Kick him?
I'm gonna shake him.
They are breathing. You shake them. They're not.
Not too hard. I'm not trying to shake a baby, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I mean, they're not. Yeah, I know what you mean. They still have some soft
Maybe you need
bones.
to take it.
If a baby needs shaking, sometimes you shake it.
No.
Don't
Well, that
actually
was-
shake babies.
Thea,
No,
let him sit for a sec. This one really hurt.
I was supposed to take care of them.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They're gonna be okay. I honestly almost passed out myself. The
Just
scope,
stretching and yawning. You guys talking over there? Huh?
God,
the scope of
terrible fucking sister.
You know,
This-
I could teleport us to a temple or something if we're all done here.
no.
You don't have to stay.
Another suggestion is you
Yeah,
could
I'm just
also,
saying
you could also
there
walk.
there would be, yes, there are medical professionals that might be better than us.
It's
Right.
not. I don't think it's a medical thing. I think it's just trying to sleep this one off. I'm not gonna lie.
You hear
If we
the
put
sounds.
them in the wall.
You hear the sounds of footsteps coming towards you at a quick pace. Sounds like, Thea, you know this because of your passive perception. Sounds like 2 sets of feet running towards you guys.
Oh fuck,
Okay.
please.
Ready Eldritch Blast and hold it.
I'm gonna.
Just posted up on the door like James Bond.
That's right.
I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna like. I'm still kneeling, so I'm just gonna kind of kneel in front of the twins and let the others kind of push forward.
Okay.
And I'll put the other key that I still have like away.
You see Mathis kind of get to his feet, and he slams the cane down twice on the floor, and you see it turns into this beautiful silver sword.
Andy.
Yes, it's a good parlor trick.
I've got my sword ready.
One person rounds the corner, and you see them stand there. They are
What
a
are they?
cloaked figure. All you can see are eyes. The rest of the skin is covered. They look to be about, I would say, probably 5'6".
Jeweler's loop.
Yeah, they're not. There's no
Any-
sorts of.
any
What are you looking for?
Anything chasing them?
No,
Are they celestial
Right.
fiend or undead?
they are not.
Do I have any fun?
Are they
things?
running away?
They are. They. One of them has stepped into the room and now is like. And then
One of them?
yes, one of them has stepped into the room, and then you see.
fuck it, I'ma shoot him.
Mathis holds
wanna
his
fire
sword
him.
out to you real quick to kind of hold you back. It's okay.
Alright.
They're with me.
Oh,
What?
okay. The mysterious cloak figure is with you.
Yes.
Who is it?
Better not be me under there.
I assure you, it's not. You see this figure pulls down the scarf covering their face and pulls off the hood. You see 2 horns kind of slightly sticking up. Pink skin, red eyes, white hair.
It's Canel.
No, that would be really funny, but
That
no.
would be funny. Kids
Uh,
out.
I've thought about doing that, but no. She looks to Mathis. We came as fast as we could. Are you okay? And he says, I'm fine, Valeria. I fought off 3, and the Flagon Slayers came to save me. And then you see another figure come in, massive figure, probably standing about 7'5", ducks their head in. Oh, we were really worried. And then you see him take off. You see this large Goliath, looks probably to be in his early 20s. We were just so scared. We received the stress signal. And you see tears just rolling down his eyes as he grabs one of the scarves and blows his nose. It's quite all right. Quite all right, Glaive. It's fine. We were just so scared. It's okay, big guy. He's still here. Yes, I am still here. Everyone, These are my trusted. They're my top people. This is Valeria and Glaive. Don't let Glaive's size fool you. He's quite sneaky. Right, Glaive? Yeah, I'm real sneaky. You see Valeria hands him a tissue and he just goes, we were just so worried. It's quite alright. I'm glad you got here when you did. Valeria, have you been to the safe houses? She's, yeah, we just, we were on our way to the last one when we received the distress call. Cliff says, yeah, they're all destroyed though, like all of them. Like one of them was set on fire, one of them was like melted, one of them they just threw everything around. I think they got tired at that point and they were just like, you know. But nothing was missing.
But if it was on fire, wasn't anything destroyed though?
You see Glaive kind of...
Technically, I mean, it couldn't have been missing, but it's destroyed now.
But destroyed isn't missing.
Right, but it's unusable if it's destroyed.
But missing doesn't care about usage.
I guess.
Gone either way.
Yeah. That's, I think, the point that I was most...
Well, yeah, but it's not missing.
I
And you
can't-
see he starts to get kind of teary-eyed again.
I can't do this right now, man. I've got the
It's okay,
worst
big
headache.
guy.
It's
Just
like
because
raising Richter again.
just because they're burnt up doesn't mean they're missing. You're right. And he's like, I know, right? Well, we've just survived a large explosion. Everyone's doing better, except for the twins.
It hurts. Mathis, it hurts.
Oh yes, and Animus, but he's a strong bird.
Yes. Strong bird.
If you would, I can have Glaive and Valeria take the twins back to the guild hall if you would like. I trust them with my life.
I believe that, but it was my job to take care of them, and clearly I've already messed up. I don't want them to leave. So.
If you would like to, you could go with them, Thea. I believe that we need to establish our next course of action, though. We could all go to the guild hall if you would like.
Might as well, considering we're currently having this conversation in the sewers, not knowing what knew you went down that secret passage, and if something's going to follow us anytime soon.
If they're taking out all the safes, how do we know this place will make it?
True.
That's why I have one of these. And you see he goes over and you see this large canvas bag that could probably hold like, I don't know, I'm thinking like 7 to 8 sacks of potatoes.
Oh, I love
And you see he opens it and you see him just go like a vacuum and just get all of the maps and scrolls and stuff in it. And you see that this is a bag of holding. Just a very, very large bag of holding.
Wow.
He even scoops up the table. Yeah, it's so hard to find good mahogany these days.
Well, tell me about it.
See, it survived the explosion. I mean, it's a good table. You don't want to get rid of a good table. Good quality mahogany. So, unless there's other business to discuss, we should get the twins to safety. Valeria says, we'll scout ahead, and she pulls up her scarf and puts the hood back on. Yeah, we'll make sure nobody messes with any of us. Except we're gonna mess with them if they try to mess with us. So I guess someone's getting messed with. But are we the messers or the messies? And Valeria's like, it's okay, big guy. We'll figure that out on the way. And the two of them run off into the dark.
Oh.
I'm glad he's on our side.
I'll pick up Targaris.
Okay.
I can get Meryl.
Okay. So as you guys head through the sewers to the guild hall, that will be where we take tonight's break. So be back in a few minutes. Refresh, evacuate fluids and/or solids, depending on what needs to be done.
Take your
And
birdies out.
take your birdies out. That does not mean what you weirdos think it means. I'm watching you. And we'll be back in a bit. What's the point of the 3, 2, 1 if you're like, and then...
Because I click it and then I have to unmute the desktop and then I say welcome back.
I'm just hearing excuses. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Flagon Slayers. Sorry we were on a little bit of a break. We went on a tangent.
Movie tangents.
Movie tangents, we're film nerds. I think we should just, one of these nights, just do a film discussion.
We should just
where we
keep
talk about
recording when we start talking about movies and just like have that be a separate
Upload
segment.
that on YouTube. Just have that. Anyway, okay. For the sake of brevity, we'll say you guys make it to the guild hall with no negative consequences. Where would you want the twins to be taken?
Into the wall.
Up to the office.
Into the secret cubbyhole
I
with
would-
the other body.
I would realistically say the office.
Dun 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 dun.
For now.
So when you say the twins, are these like the twins that are in Mo's head, or are these like
No,
Not
The kids,
Mo's
the kids.
twins.
The
Not
kids.
Mo's twins.
no, like Mo
Thea's-
shows up?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I was summoned here by the twins. They said there were twins in need.
Maybe the office while we have to talk, and then
Okay.
after that we'll figure it out.
All right. So you guys head up into the office. You guys have some of your guild members get like cots and stuff out for the twins to keep an eye on them, and make sure they're comfortable. Mathis eases into the chair. You see Glaive and Valyria stand outside. All right. So, what information do we have? Caleb's doing a meerkat face. You okay over there?
Can you guys hear that?
No.
No.
Okay, it's so loud.
You-
here.
You looked like a meerkat that was like sticking his head out and like looking for danger. It was quite funny. Anyway, any new information that you need to tell Mathis?
I mean, yeah. I'll just kind of go into the whole building we found in Marquette with all the vats and the demi-liches and the bow and the...
Demi-liches.
Birdie shush.
You also, just for a little bit, when you guys got back, there was a courier waiting for Cirrus that handed him a note.
Okay.
And then he opens it up. I think I need to go. Shouldn't take too long though. I should be back relatively soon.
Okay. I'm not gonna write it down. I'm gonna trust that you remember that.
Okay.
So you tell Mathis all the things that you found. Did it seem as though these were vats that could be destroyed?
Potentially, but they were hooked up to what essentially looked like corpses that were inflicted with the black spore, draining the life out of them. So, I
Or
don't.
filling them with life from shadow and black spore.
Well, that's distressing. I have a few contacts in Corel that I could reach out to and see if I could get a team there that would help sunder the facility.
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
Well, this is one of the only leads we have on where their armies are being created, so it's best that we act quickly. In fact, and you see him read out a message. He opens the door, hands it to Glaive. Glaive's like, "Okay, I'll make sure this gets where it's supposed to go, boss. You can count on me." And he says, "Thank you, Glaive. Be safe." That's all. Caleb, you okay? You need to.
There's a lot of noises. I told Kimmy to turn the TV down, and now my upstairs neighbors sound like they're literally throwing a chair up and down and letting it hit the ground as hard as it
Yeah,
possibly
they
can.
are. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope everyone is safe.
Oh, they're probably just cleaning. They're the most aggressive cleaners of all time.
But at least they're
Hey.
clean.
At least
They're
they're
clean.
Mathis sits back down. All right. So, I have a small amount of information for all of you. Since we last spoke. I was informed by Targaris yesterday that he was going to go back to Singorn. I have also received scouting reports from the Frostweld. Things are seeming to escalate. Sightings of strange creatures in the skies near Singorn and the surrounding area. Also, it appears that they are erecting some sort of structure. It's hard to tell.
Oh, one more thing that we haven't told you yet. Remember how whenever Tabitha's name came up on my arm, and
Yes.
when I decided not to kill her, he came to kill me.
She's on our wall.
Zygon's
You
name.
remember Tabitha?
Zygon's name came up on my arm, so we're gonna have to deal with the Baylor soon.
Or you could kill Zygon.
You could try.
That would be funny.
Well, if
I
I
dash out of the room and ride the pole down and leave the guild hall.
take the pole with you, just
Zygon runs up to me and
Overstolen.
stabs me over and over again.
um,
I won.
well, I say this with the lightest bit of brevity. Is it true that you found a vat with Zygon in it, correct?
Yes.
Well,
No. Stop it. I'm not doing that.
here's a thought.
No.
You could locate, or we do know that they probably have more clone vats. So, by killing Zygon, you would then go to the clone. His body would be younger and fresher, and he would be infiltrating where they are housing.
So, slight problem with that I actually haven't also told most people. The Baylor gave me a spell that is the thing that collects their soul once they die. So I have to use that spell in order to get the contract done. So when I use the spell, his soul immediately is sucked into the abyss with the Baylor and used for whatever he is trying to use it for. Tabitha's soul is currently fighting, which is why Tabitha's body is still alive, quote unquote. Navarne allowed me to kill him because he said he was a dirty piece of shit who's done the most unspeakable of things throughout his life and deserves exactly what's coming to him.
Do we know of any connection between Navarne, Tabitha, and our good Zygon here?
I've tried to put it together a little. Navarne's kind of the biggest throw because he's been in so many places, and the only person we know that can kind of connect to Navarne is Garnash, knowing of many of Navarne's stories as a bounty hunter. I mean, Tabitha and Zygon I could see being connected in some way. We haven't fully connected that yet, but Navarne's definitely kind of the wild card that would be harder to track.
I mean, do we know if Navarre ever made a deal with anyone? Any demon?
That's true. The other issue is we don't fully know your backstory on what happened with Fraz. So.
Well, when Tabitha was in my employ, I was unaware of any deals or any machinations. But
Good word.
thank you. It was on my word of the. Oh, that calendar got destroyed.
Rip.
I'll have to go get another one, I guess. But perhaps if we can find the connection between these three, Zygon, I also want you included in this conversation. Not as though I don't want it as though we're talking about you while you're here. To be clear, I don't want you dead. In fact, out of all of you, I probably appreciate you the most.
Oh.
I figured.
Oh.
I had my assumptions.
You know, captains, they deserve respect.
Aye.
He is giving Mathis a look.
That's great. To be
Either
fair,
way.
he was not the one who burned down Singorn.
Just want to point that out.
We can definitely point that one out.
Remember when that was established at the beginning of the campaign, and it anyway.
I got that coming. That's right.
But if you would like, I could have Valeria perhaps try and find more information on this Navarne. But he lived in Singorn for the majority of the back half of his life, so most of the information is probably there.
Yeah.
I could contact Rupert and see if he could maybe
well, the other major
take
thing,
time out of his schedule.
the other major thing here is the Baylor's kind of doing two things that are restricting us. The first is obviously towards me. He's using me as a means to the end for him. So he's taking some of my power in that process, which is enabling or not enabling me to become a better druid for this fight. Second thing is he's currently in a fight against Zygon's patron, which is probably also creating some sort of connection issue.
Who informed you of this? Who informed you of this conflict?
Zygon and I have both seen it in multiple visions, as well as
And do you know these visions to be truth?
Well, I've contacted members who work for the Baylor.
And none of them would have any incentive to lie.
Well, they would have incentive to lie, but I don't know why they'd lie about them being in a fight.
How much do you know of Warlock contracts?
A decent amount after I've had one and Zygon's had one. I mean, I know they're
I
definitely...
think we just have a lawyer for that.
Yeah, they're just tricky. They're definitely tricky. I'm not saying they can't lie. I'm just
Demons
saying...
and devils are quite litigious. That was 2 weeks ago, the word on the calendar. Anyway, I will float a theory. You have said before that the Baylor was a lieutenant underneath Fraz, correct?
Yes.
Do you think perhaps that Fraz wants to get out of contracts, but cannot do it himself, so he has created a lieutenant who is rebelling against him in order to thin... Because when a being gives a contract,
It's hard to get out
no
of
matter
it.
how small, they are giving some of their power. Zygon, you use Frazzler Blue's power. It is not inherently in you, it is a gift from him, much like how Thea's divine magics work, just in a much, much less dangerous way.
So it's possible Tabitha and Navarne were both
much
part
much
of
less
that?
dangerous.
It's a theory. You said... Did you ever observe Tabitha using any Warlock-based magics?
Yes.
Did you observe Navarne using any Warlock-based magics?
No.
That is something we will need to explore.
That's why I'm...
Perhaps
saying-
Garnash would know.
Garnash might. Navarne, definitely, once again, the biggest wild card here.
Well, one could be excluded from a data set of 3. If 2 have a connection, then the connection is likely there.
Yes. I think that's a good theory. Either way, though, killing the Baylor is kind of something that may need to
It is
happen.
no small feat. How do you plan to even get there? Do you know where he is?
I know the basic location of plane of existence of where he is.
Yes, and what is this, the Hells?
I believe it's the Abyss. I don't really want to step...
Do you know how many levels of the Abyss there are?
I don't want to step in the 9 hells, that's for sure. I have a different god
I much rather go to the 9 Hells. At least in the 9 Hells there's a semblance of order.
Yeah, I don't really want to be in anywhere of contact with the god who rules the 9 hells, so...
Well, just don't go to their level.
That's true.
But, this Baylor, you're a rather successful adventuring party. You fought 3 demi-liches at once. Why is a Baylor so terrifying?
I don't know if it's terrifying as much as we haven't really come back to discussing trying to kill the Baylor, really.
Well,
Used
and
to be
Animus,
okay.
you also have to think, we're on quite the timetable here.
Yes.
Perhaps using the Baylor's power to finish this leg of your mission is worth it. If he's not pressuring you to eliminate Zygon, then there's perhaps no need.
True. Well, if the Baylor also gave us more, like as you said, he would give us more insight into connections based on if he's actually in a war against Fraz or if he's actually just working for Fraz and trying to kill Zygon. We can get more information about why that's happening, or also see if maybe Zygon could find another way to break his contract and maybe gain some power back from what he used to have as a paladin.
Have you seen your contracts?
No. Zygons are in a distant memory that we haven't found, so...
Well, I've...
Did I see my contract? I signed something.
You signed something, but I don't think you really read it.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't read it. I definitely just signed it.
And for all the players who don't know, the reason that he signed a contract with the Baylor is because they didn't want to give up their shiny magic items. That's
Nobody asked him to do that. I'd like to make it so clear.
All right. Okay. Number one, Animus was a more power hungry and much stupider.
He was a different bird.
Much more stupid bird at the time.
Different bird.
Number two,
different
it was
feather.
between signing
I
contract,
didn't even have magic back then.
sign contract, we all die, or we give up magic items. We're all selfish. We don't want to give up magic items. Are you joking me right now?
I would have given something up.
We didn't have enough. We didn't.
I
We all
wasn't giving
had.
up anything.
We had that conversation for like 15 minutes. Oh, what do we give up? Nothing. Let's sign a contract. Boom, boom. The bam signed. Easy.
Either way, I would suggest trying to learn the rules of your contract. Is there a certain time frame in which you have to eliminate a target? Is why does Zygon seem to have free reign? From what I've observed, has Fraz ever asked you to do anything? Has he asked you to? Does he want
The
something?
weirdest part?
Didn't he ask
No,
me?
he just kind of laughs menacingly.
Weren't you supposed to kill me one time though?
Oh yeah.
Fraz did ask him to kill me.
So you both are supposed to kill each other, and you haven't thought that this is weird at all.
No, that part we did think
Well,
was
it's
weird.
been kind of busy, if I'm being honest.
More recently, we think
that
it's
is
a little
fair.
bit more weird that we're supposed to kill each other. Originally, was just kind of over our heads. Once again, younger, more stupid bird.
I believe that was like maybe 6 months ago.
No, that was like probably a year ago.
Hmm.
It's been a
Time
long.
is a
Before you
wibbly
listen.
wobbly soup.
It's been a long time.
Ooh.
Well,
I've been drinking
I believe that's all we can really discuss with that. Our options are you go into the abyss and try and locate a Baylor
Woo.
amongst many, or you wait it out, or you find the rules to your contract.
Try to find the
One of the
rules.
last two.
Baylors are stronger in the abyss.
We
The ones
do.
we see here are manifestations. They're not the true form.
Yeah. I think it would be pretty badass if we could get some fights in on a Baylor, though.
Yes, and it would be so much worse if you died.
If I hurled a Baylor through hell, would that hurt him?
Well,
He wouldn't be
interesting
in the
you say
abyss.
that. Interestingly, the 9 hells and the abyss are two different dimensions. The 9 hells are like your traditional, like Dante's Inferno hells, whereas the abyss, think more kind of like purgatory. but the abyss is ruled by different princes, the demon princes, whereas the hells are ruled by, like, there's fallen angels and devils and
Gods.
fallen gods, and
Every
the
level
nine
of
hells.
the 9 hells has a different god, pretty much.
Yeah, every level of the 9 hells has a different leader.
Though Osmodius does have the rule over pretty much the whole of the 9 hells if he wants to, so...
It depends on lore, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe we should move on. What is the next leg? We only have, what, a little under 30 days?
Yes. Well, a little over 30
We have
days.
more items to get,
Like,
don't we?
like 30 days, like a month and like a week. So like 37 days-ish. Yeah, we have another item. One of them's here in Amon.
Here in Amon.
And then another thing that I talked to mostly Zygon about was we need to still make contact with the Water Shari because they also haven't been recruited as allies yet.
If one Ashari tribe knows, then all of them do. They communicate regularly.
Yes, but if I also go there, I can finish my quest and become more powerful.
It's true.
Building powers are one thing that we're trying to do right now.
And we have to figure out these keys.
Yes.
The keys. Perhaps they lead to nothing.
Risks we have to take. We don't know if the item is still under Amon right now either. And we didn't know if that bow was going to be in Marquette, but we went. Kind of just
Sounds like you're busy.
Yeah.
And while that's going on, I'm going to try and figure out how they snuck into my home and almost murdered me.
Also, Targaryen said we need to start talking to governments because we now have proof of what's going on with this experimentation.
If you give me the information, I can send it out to as many governments as will listen.
And then he also said, and you probably already figured this out, don't send one to Whitestone.
We'll see.
I mean, they already know we have the information, so I don't know why it would hurt too much to send it to Whitestone, and it ends up in the hands of the 5 anyways, so...
I'm convinced that they have ways of knowing things that we know.
Oh yeah. Oh, your brother was there.
Really?
Yes, when we finally had taken out the demi-liches, Marquez showed up, pulled his sword out, and Anzu was able to teleport us away before we spoke at all to him. So he definitely knows we were there and know everything and got all the information.
He seems to be in many places.
Just like
Or did he
Saigon.
know? How did he know you were there?
Possibly demi-liches? Unless he's following us. I mean, just like you said, they kind of just know things. They have very...
And that's not concerning to any of us, that they just seemingly know.
Can I look around?
A lot
for
of
something
concern.
Like scrying orb or something.
Make a perception check.
But
With my jewelry,
this was the
maybe.
one room. This is the one room it shouldn't happen. They have scryed on us in this building before, down in the tavern, though, which is why we created a seal in this room.
30. 22. I rolled really low.
22. You don't notice any scrying magics or any magics that would peer into this room. As you're doing that, we've also received reports of a troubling development out of Western. It appears as though the new government that was being formed after the fall of the Margrave is coming upon division.
Of course.
But in all honesty, I don't. To use an old term, I believe there are bigger fish to fry.
Yes, there's government's one of those things that may not be our main issue right now. Gaining allies and gaining power is kind of our main thing.
And finding the location of where they plan to do the ritual for the Zenith.
True, we still haven't fully figured that one out.
Well, I believe you have a lot to consider. I, for one, am going to contact the Council of Amon and tell them of what has happened. Be prepared. Security may ramp up in the city, and people may come to question you, seeing as you were the one that found everything. Should be pretty simple, though.
What's new?
Why would they want for you and Zygon to kill each other? I have a friend who I believe you should meet. I'll see if she's in the city. She might be able to help you with your little contract negotiations.
Oh. That reminded me, considering Anzu brought it up. The other reason to kill the Baylor is to allow Tabitha to be free.
Do we want that? She tried to kill you.
All
of you.
Once upon a time, have made mistakes about people, and I tried to kill Thea's current boyfriend and punish him to the ends of the earth, and I realized that sometimes people do things based on fear or desperation, and if her soul is still fighting to get out, she may be a little bit more innocent than I once thought. So I want to give her that chance.
That what the Baylor told you isn't a lie.
That's true. But if there's a chance of that, that's a soul that I sent straight to hell. Not an exaggeration. For no reason.
Well, the abyss, but yes.
And one of the underworldly planes.
Yeah. It's like comparing apples and oranges, really. Both terrible. Rotted apple and rotted orange, to be completely honest. Very well. I'll send out the necessary letters. If you would like, Valyria will stay here until you have copied the information you wish to share. Send it with her.
Oh, I have multiple copies. I have 2 for you.
Oh, very well.
I can probably write one up before the end of the day, or write a few more up before the end of the day.
Have you contacted Goldfleece?
We've told him a little bit about what's going on, but we haven't talked to him since we went to Westron. Or, sorry, to Marquette.
Well then,
but he knew we were going...
Dwarves of Craghammer. You sent one with Targaris to Singorn, Whitestone, Kaimal, Western.
Vasselheim. Braun could get one to
Vasselheim. Vasselheim. It's 10 copies.
Okay.
If you would like, Valyria could assist you. She's quite skilled at forgery.
Of course. And then we also... I can probably get a couple of our younger guild members, possibly. If Stefan is around, I could probably get him to help me out with this as well. I think he's only been doing some smaller stuff around the city, so...
Well, good luck, and I hope that I see all of you again, and you're not down a captain or a first mate. See.
You too, Mathis. I hope we don't find you dying in a sewer next time we meet.
He looks down at himself, still wearing the tattered, bloodied clothes. Perhaps I should go get a change of clothes first. Oh well. Good day, all. Be careful, and keep your wits about you. They seemingly can strike whenever they wish. slowly walks out. He instructs Valeria on what's going on. She comes back in. Okay, so can I see some of your handwriting?
Yep. And then I put another copy that I've been working on as we're
She
sitting
looks
here.
at it for about 30 seconds, and then she immediately gets to work, and it looks almost identical.
Classic. I finished a copy while we were sitting here talking. Also.
Yeah. Do you want to race?
Yeah, that's race. We might as well.
Okay. Rolly!
Oh my god. I lost this one.
What do you get?
5.
I rolled an 8. So the two of you begin copying this down, and in a flurry of paper and quill, just getting it through. At one point, your quill breaks, Animus, and you have to get another one, and then you accidentally spill your ink well, and then you have to get another one, and then after about an hour, you have all the copies made.
Sweet.
But she made 6, and you made 4.
Good race. I'm glad we could get that done. I really appreciate that.
I mean, you have amazing technique. Where did you learn to write like this?
My mother mostly, and then the Ashari when I was able to escape to this plane. /
Well,
sent to this plane. I don't know yet.
These are lovely, and I will make sure. Do you have a seal?
I usually just run into Anzu's room and grab the Flagon Slayers seal.
Oh, you'd probably want these for these kind of documents.
You fucker.
Anzu has not said a word through this entire conversation.
I have the seal from the Flagon Slayers, so I'll throw those on there.
All right, so you wax seal them all. All right, stay safe. Tell Soph I said hi, and I'll see you all around. And then she leaves.
Wait.
What?
Tell Soph she said hi?
Tell Soph she said hi.
Okay.
She's a pink tiefling. Are they related? Or are they...
So Soph is purple.
Oh, I forgot. I thought Soph was pink.
No, Soph is purple.
Oh.
Quit shipping NPCs, Abby.
No.
You can't
No.
make me. All right, you guys have the rest of the
Things
day.
like that.
You guys have the rest of the day to yourselves. What are you doing?
Bye.
Rest off these 2 points of exhaustion.
So that's 2 long rests. That will take 2 days.
I'll get rid of one.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Can I drink?
see Zygon.
Can I drink one off and then sleep one off?
No, that would make things worse, probably. You see Zygon slowly shuffle to his room to take a nice 8 hours. It's around. I would say it's probably around. Probably 2 in the afternoon at this point.
Well, I'm gonna go to our little library, and I'm gonna try and gather as many books as I can on like creation myths, like the beginning of the universe, and
Okay.
if there's anything that might pertain to the end of it.
Okay, you find a lot of erotica about beginnings and endings, but nothing quite what you want to seek. You'll probably have to go to the actual library.
I've got a couple
Okay.
as well.
Well, then I'm gonna take Meryl and Targaryen to my room. I'm gonna lay them down on my weird little pillow bed thing,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna read my manual of quickness of action until I need to take a rest.
All right. Anybody else? What's anybody else doing?
I see Thea in the library. Thea, what are you looking for?
None of your business.
Oh. I have a...
Say as I'm putting in Tusk Glove. Get back on the shelf.
Classic.
As I'm sitting... I did fill this library with all the books, and I still have a few that I haven't added to the library yet in my room, so... Most of which based on dimension and...
Alright.
creation of... I didn't want to specifically say that because I do have those, but I do have those. Not metagaming.
Well, I got a book I have to read anyway, so. But another time.
Oh, cool. Wow, just trying to help, you know.
I appreciate it.
Put it in the library.
Yeah, put it in the library.
That's my fault for not fully stocking the library as I wanted to.
It's okay. I didn't know that it would be fully stocked. I just thought I would check.
It's getting there.
As the afternoon wanes into the early evening, things are pretty quiet.
Ooh.
The bar is not very lively tonight. You see Turk by himself. His band's not there. He's just kind of playing a little bit on a lute. Everything's pretty chill.
How does Turk look?
It's okay. He's
Not
in
bad.
better spirits
Mm.
than he
Sounded.
usually is.
We were there in the morning, right? Like we were at Mathis. We just had that conversation in the morning, and then
Yeah, so you got to Mathis's around 10. Or no, you woke up around 10. So you got to Mathis's around 11. Did all of that, got back to the guild hall, had the conversation. So Zygon went to sleep at 2.
oh, I was gonna say I wanted to go to sleep.
As well?
Yeah, as well, because I have 2
Okay.
points of exhaustion.
Yeah, so you guys both take a long rest. You awaken around 10. Get that smudge out of here.
Right.
So Zygon.
Hmm.
You wake up. You're feeling a little bit better, still a little tired. Make a perception check.
What happens when you take an 8-hour nap in the middle of the day?
Heck yeah. The life of an adventurer.
That's you said perception?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So as you sit up in bed, you kind of shake off, get the sleep out of your eyes. You look over through the window of your room, and on the rooftop of the building across, you see 2 figures leap off, and you see trails of smoke kind of go behind them as they leap from one building to the next building, and then
Are they at the
jumping.
buildings like heading towards us, or are you heading away
no
from us?
going parallel to you guys.
Oh,
They're not coming towards you, but they're going like if the building is here, they're going this way.
okay. Okay. I guess I'll watch them for as long as I can, kind of see where they're going.
All right, so you kind of stick your head out. They are headed to the Cloud Top district.
Oh shit.
I will run out, and like this is the moment Zygon's been waiting for. Like he's gonna run around and see if anyone's upstairs, and then if there's not, he's going to ride the pole down and just start yelling, "I have news!"
I'm upstairs.
So you bang on Animus's door, waking him up. Animus, you reduce point of exhaustion.
Sweet.
You go down the pole.
Do I get rid of
I
my
have
+0 in all
news.
stats because of the long rest?
Yes.
Cool.
You start screaming this out to the group, and everyone's kind of okay. Turk stops playing. Soph is still cleaning glasses. You see a few patrons. Some of them are deep in their cups. Well, I have news for you. And then he just falls back down.
Checks out.
I druid craft moss into his cup.
Okay. All right. Everyone has been assembled.
I just saw the Shadow Zygons running across the rooftops. I don't even know if I could make those leaps, but they were heading towards the Cloud Top district. I feel like we should do something.
Oh shit. Well, let's go.
All right. So you guys start going.
You
You
wanna-
start running.
Wait, no. Everyone get on either Peggy or myself and we'll fly.
Yes.
All right.
Is Cirrus back
Cirrus
with us?
Cirrus is, so
Okay.
he will be with you guys. You see, he actually pulls out his ebony fly and begins to ride it. You see this large, like just massive, like the size of like a Prius fly, and just goes. And you see all his eyes. It's freaky. I love those things. Anyway, So you guys begin flying. I need everyone to make a perception check.
I'm a giant eagle, and I can hold Anzu and someone, and Peggy can hold one other person.
I got a 1. My glaucoma's kicking in.
Not the night blindness.
What was this?
Perception check.
Percept.
Noise.
I got a 16.
32.
32.
29.
29. Get better.
I know. That was embarrassing.
So all of you but Anzu spot these two shadow figures leaping from buildings, and you see them kind of duck down into an alleyway and then leap back up on another building. As you guys are flying over, you see two guards that are coming out of the Cloud Top district. The shadow figures separate and then appear behind the guards and immediately just run them through. The guards fall to the floor or fall to the ground dead, and the two figures, they flick the blood off of their blades and then go back up on the buildings.
No.
Trying to think of who would know the most about this area. Animus. Make a insight check for me.
Adding guidance.
Okay.
Ugh. 13?
13. Alright. You see that they're going towards the Cloud Top district, but they're going in a very specific direction, and you eventually, all of you notice that they are headed towards the Ivory Tower.
Uh-oh.
Which is where Linares is supposed to be. You guys land in front as they crash in the door. You see it's on its hinges. You guys land a few moments later.
Can I just go up to the top instead?
If you want to go on the top, yeah.
Like, is Linares up on the top of the tower?
You don't know.
Anzu is on my back. Anzu, where's Linares?
You're a giant eagle.
Ah!
Yes.
Ah!
Mhm. Mhm.
I fly to the top of the tower. I don't.
Okay.
If he's not
So
gonna.
you and Anzu go to the top.
I don't know who else is
I don't
on
know
my
what you're
back.
saying. You're a fucking bird.
I know.
I believe it's just Anzu, right?
Anzu
No,
and someone else can ride me. Pegasus can take one of the, and then one other person.
I'm probably confused because I know she's not there.
It's true.
Okay,
All right. So you guys land,
but we don't
and
know.
then you hear the sound of a woman's scream echo through the night, and that will be where we end tonight's episode.
No.
Oh, she's not here though.
And
She's dead now. Again, she's dead again.
Now she's dead again.
It's
No.
Great.
ridiculous.
I killed her.
And Zygon did it. Well, that was fun. Thanks everyone so much for watching. We will hopefully have Zach back next week. Oh wait, it's Easter next Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what everybody's wanting to do. Guys, we'll probably take the weekend off. Do you guys want to take the weekend off for Easter?
I'm not doing anything for Easter.
I don't need it off, so.
Well, we'll keep you posted on our socials.
Maybe.
Maybe. Or, just we'll be here if we're here, and if we're not, we're not. It's pretty
Well-
loosey-goosey here at the Flagon Slayers.
It's pretty loosey-goosey.
But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we hope to see you either next week or the week after, or maybe never because, entropy. Good night.
Yeah.